Hello, and welcome back to DROD RPG. Not DROD RPG 2 this time. This was a request, I guess, that I had in one of my videos, where somebody wanted me to do a playthrough of Fetch the Pie, and I thought about it, and honestly, I do feel like doing a big DROD RPG adventure, and I do really enjoy the Fetch the Pie hold. My biggest misgivings of it, so I have played through it before, so it'll be a little bit different, I guess, in the sense that I'm not doing a blind playthrough, but given how DROD RPG works, your blind playthrough is basically just doing a scouting run and then doing a non-blind playthrough anyway, so I'm sure it'll be fine. This is probably out of all the puzzle games I play, this is probably the best puzzle game to not go into blind, as far as a Let's Play experience. So, DROD RPG, there are a couple of particular things I remember from Fetch the Pie that I really dislike, but if I assume that there are over 200 rooms, which I think there are over 200 rooms in Fetch the Pie, I think the things that I dislike about it would be literally 1% of the hold. So if it's 99% positive, I figure when it comes to the things I don't like, I can just go to the forums or ask in chat for people to just give me a walkthrough or a solution or something. So I'm just gonna accept the fact that, you know, there will be a couple of things later on that I don't enjoy about it, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna play the rest of it because the rest of it is really, really good. And we'll do a playthrough of Fetch the Pie. 0th level. Vincent Trisman, 3rd generation smiter, was walking alongside Lord Rodrigan to the latter's dungeon. This was Vincent's first monster smiting job in 4 months, and he was eager to make a good impression. Odd jobs don't quite pay the bills as good as one good cleaning. The pair approached the rather large entrance. Okay, this is your first retrieval job, so let me lay out a few ground rules. I have hired you to retrieve the pie tin at the bottom of this dungeon. Retrieve it, then come back to the surface. You can keep any treasure or equipment you find in here. This is just my pie storage dungeon, so don't set your hopes too high. Finally, don't die. Smite Masters are expensive and I don't want to hire another one. With that said, let us enter. Hey! Oh, that? Standard policy. Well, how am I supposed to get out when I'm done? When you have the pie tin, just shout into that pipe over there. Someone will come by and let you out. Well, good luck. Go. In this hold, you can only access your inventory from marked safe squares, yes. So, we do have an inventory. Yep, this is my inventory backpack. 4 slots of all kinds. Cost me a grubble or two, but it'll pay for itself. Yes, this will be very useful. Step on the mosaic square to return to the dungeon. Okay, we'll autosave, because why not? Out of curiosity, if I go load... Okay. So, yeah, I have played this before, but I played it on my GOG install, and I'm currently playing it on my Steam install through DROD RPG 2. So I figured, might as well just test playing an older hold in the new engine, see how that works out. I don't imagine there will be any issues, but this does probably mean that any secret rooms are not going to show up from the start. As you can see, I don't actually have the map revealed. So, like this, for example. So, there will be partially relying on my memory as far as where those things are going, so we will sort of get the exploration experience. Hold made by Chaco, thanks to everyone on the RPG architecture board. Yes, a bunch of people, most of whom aren't really active anymore, and this is the hold from 2016. Yeah, there's only a few of those names that I really recognize from... I mean, I recognize basically... Well, I do recognize all these names, but, well, Midooch, actually, maybe not. Okay. Sorry, Midooch, if you're still around, I haven't heard of you or seen you on the forums or anything. But all these other names, I've been in the DROD community for about 10 years. I recognize most of these people. Thanks to Caravel Games for some character tiles and portraits. Thanks to Penwielder for an equipment sprite. Thanks to Discorn for graciously allowing me to borrow one of his custom monsters. Okay. Come down here. Break everything. It's not entirely necessary, but it's fun to do, so we will do it. Number of secret rooms by level. Okay, so this is going to... Yeah, first level 1. Okay, so that's a reference if we want it. Actually... Let's just make a save there in case we decide to reference that in the future. Okay, we've got our architect seal here. Not as much real estate to work with in DROD RPG as in a regular DROD room, but you can still sort of draw things. Some mini-map art. Can't really tell... Like, this is supposed to be an eye staring down this way, and this is supposed to be a key. And then we've got the compass with the arrow through it. Like, it's, yeah, it's pretty rough at this resolution. You can't... You know, it's limited what you can do. This area looks like a water pumping facility. Alright, well, that was the 0th level, and we're done already. Good start. First level, Vincent descended into the dungeon. This was certainly a different sort of job than he was used to, but stories had been passing around the Smite Masters Guild of jobs where the Smite Master did not need to kill all monsters, but instead needed to retrieve something and escape. With heroic resolve, Vincent reached the bottom and looked forward into the great beneath. Alright, so one complaint I have heard about this hold is these cutscenes of coming up and down, or I guess just going downstairs. Okay, we auto-saved. Yeah, so... Those cutscenes, they are going to play every time, which is going to be a little bit annoying if we're, you know, doing this. It does make traversal a lot slower. I mean, I can hit space to speed through it, but it is just kind of an extra little annoyance that's like kind of cool when you're first playing through the hold the first time, but for replay and optimization, it's a bit annoying. But that is fine. Sometimes you can put too much polish into a project, I guess is what that really says. Anyway, we got a notification that there's a spider here. The sign says the stairs to the 2nd level are in 1 south, thrice east. Yeah, so you can see 2nd level. Also, something about the structure of this hold, there are no defense gems, it's only attack gems. And from what I remember, the routing on this is pretty tight. So, because, which is to say, basically we are going to want every single attack gem, because it's going to make monsters cheaper, and every single one is going to be relevant. So, in a way, that is actually something I enjoy about this hold from playing it through the first time, is that you don't have as many of these decisions where you're choosing to leave things behind, or anything like that. Like, it's, you know, you come back for it later. Like, it's fully backtrackable as well, so you can always just go back and get things later. But in terms of your goal, I feel like this hold is actually very manageable and approachable, because it's kind of not obvious necessarily, but reasonably simple what it is that you're trying to do at any given time. Right, trying to make progress forward, obviously, but also just get the attack gems and also any equipment or whatever. And, you know, there's obviously a ton of space within that to optimize, but, yeah. Well, I may be going inside here to retrieve a pie tin. I do think this is a silly request, but I'm a professional. I'm going to take this seriously. Okay, we do have a sword. Platforms behind gates like this are level warps that don't canonically exist. They're unlocked automatically when you reach a later level. Yeah, so this is convenience for backtracking. And it can get around some of the stair cutscene stuff. Anyway, we could fight this roach. There's no... I guess because I did that, I can't restart past the previous roach. That's fine. Could fight that roach, but there's not really any reason to. Alright, so first choice. We have a roach for a yellow key, a roach for nothing. Oh, and of course, I'm quite smart, so I'll be able to complete this task. I'm going to go fetch that pie. Yeah. So choices are roach for 50 health. We don't need. Roach for a yellow key, roach for exploration, and then double yellow doors in either direction. Well, one key doesn't help us. 2 keys do, though. Okay, so we can go through the 2 yellow doors to get to 2 more yellow keys and fight a Wraithwing for 50 health. So that's basically just a refund later. We can make that trade if we want to get 50 health at a future date once Wraithwings are free. Otherwise, it's really just not worth doing. So, 2 yellow keys this way. Alright. And yeah, Wraithwings have to be free for that to be worth it, because now it is 2 Wraithwing fights for that. Or 1 Wraithwing fight and teleporting back to this, which canonically doesn't exist, but does allow you to break the continuity by doing things like that. There are also a few hot tiles in the hold, so there is % damage, but I'm not going to worry about it. Because from what I recall, it's not like you can kind of micro-optimize around the hot tiles once they start showing up. It's not worth stressing about at this stage. Alright, so 1 attack does make Wraithwings cheaper. We definitely want to get an attack gem before we do that. Here we can fight 3 roaches and a Wraithwing for an attack gem. That doesn't seem terribly good at this stage. Let's see what else we can do. We can fight 1 roach and an evil eye for an attack gem. Okay, evil eye is quite expensive and doesn't get cheap for a while. And we've got the Greckles for 10. Okay. Right, so because they don't actually have scouting, I guess we are actually going to be doing scouting. Because I don't have my save data from my my GOG install. So if we're going to have to do this manually, that's fine. Looking down here, 4 roaches is cheaper than 2 Wraithwings. 2 Wraithwings do get cheaper if we get the 1 attack, though. And then there's just the eye, which is probably not what we're doing. Going through here. Okay, more monsters. We do have enough Greckles that we could spend. It's just 10. Here, though, I think the cheapest route is going to be that. Since we're exploring, let's just keep exploring. Okay, there's a key, Roach Queen, Eyes, and Wraithwings. Uh-oh. Okay. That took a while to load for some reason. The room to the north is a hidden room. The one hidden room of the level. Yes. The switch to 1 south, 3 east. So this area will be locked off. But we will get to go here, which I believe opens these black... Well, it opens this black door. This black door is going to be from this pressure plate, probably. So yeah, to get to the end of the level, be able to fight a spider, which we can already do, and have 4 yellow keys, and also do this. But doing this locks us out of this and the secret room. Alright, on Wormites, we don't have stats enough to do any of this. So the puzzle here is that we can only do 3 fights before we get to the end because we can't deal with this roach queen. If she spawns a 4th egg, we can't get this trapdoor. So drop these 3 trapdoors and get out, doing at most 3 fights. Well, that's going to be... it's going to have to be the Wraithwing. So doing this when we have... Aha! This puzzle wasn't too hard for me to crack. There are quite a few puzzles in this as well, which I appreciate from a gameplay standpoint. I do like it when there are puzzles in DROD RPG. I can see how optimizers might not like it because you kind of just do the same thing every time. So once you've beaten the hold once, the puzzles become a lot less interesting. But it's been a while since I played this, so I'll still enjoy them probably. Although I guess there is the issue, I'm going to have to resolve this, for example, because clearly I should come in here with 1 more attack. But for now we're just scouting. Hey, 1 attack. Yeah. Right, and then we could fight those enemies for Greckles, but I'm not going to worry about it. We come in here. We open that as expected. As expected. Okay. Here, stuff is ridiculously expensive because it's a brain, but there are 2 attack gems in there, so that's not even on our radar for now. But good to be aware it exists. Okay. Here, either we go through 3 eyes, or we go through 2 Wraithwings, and then if we want this, we have to pay for it. We get a key for doing so. So that is 20 Greckles that we're spending on that. If we choose to spend that. Alright. We can get through this way. Right, so telling us the tunnel, so we need 2 more yellow keys to make progress. Again, this is all just a scouting run. We will be resetting once I am satisfied with my exploration. Alright, so we got the 1 attack. I mean, we could spend a yellow key just to grab that. That doesn't particularly seem worth it. Yellow keys are... What's it? There we go. That was the key. I think I rebound that because it was my cancel recording button previously. If I remember right. Okay, so yeah, this tells us the score. So the yellow key is 10, which is 400 health. I don't know if this hold really tracks that, but it is just something you can kind of keep in mind generally. So here we could spend a little bit to save. Basically we save an eye fight, so spending this. Let's just get to the eye. Get to this without having to fight the eye and the roach. Here we've got another puzzle. I guess the idea here is to fight the eye from behind. You we probably don't fight. Grab that first. Oh, and now we have enough attack to kill the eggs, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. So that's the first level. We are still down a yellow key, so what are our other options here? Because we didn't spend any, aside from the mandatory 2 there. Going up here doesn't help us, because it costs 2 to get to. Don't spend a key there. There is 1 key here, 1 key here. Nothing there. Nothing there. Alright, so there's 1 spare yellow key. Also, 1 more attack to make roaches cheaper. But I don't think we have 1 more attack that we can get. Alright, so that's what we're looking at for the first level. Scouting is done. So, first goal, get unattacked gem so that Wraithwings are cheaper. Are there any attack gems that do not cost Wraithwings? We're not spending either of those resources. So, I guess, because this one costs the Wraithwing to get through the puzzle. This is 2. This one doesn't. These don't cost Wraithwings. It looks like no. So that tells me I want to get 1 attack basically as soon as I can. These won't be cheaper for a while. So we'll just grab that. Come down here. And the reason we do it that way is because now we get through there cheaper. And Wraithwings aren't going to be any cheaper for 17 more attack. Okay, at this point we might as well just do this because I don't think getting that attack, we aren't going to have cheaper roaches by the time we're doing this. So there's not really any reason to not just do that now. Alright, we need 1 more attack to make Evil Eyes cheaper and also to kill roach eggs, I think. So are we coming down through the bottom here? I mean, this is pretty nice. It gets us the attack there. However, we could also do here, but the thing is, if we want to save on that Evil Eye, we want to do the other one first. Okay. So we'll probably spend the 20... Whoops. Spend the 20 Greckles. I'm not worried about what that Roach Queen is doing. I think it's impossible for that Roach Queen to lock us in. Alright. So we'll do this. Spend the money. And Evil Eyes are cheaper. So now, we go up here, we go around this way. What? And yeah, we should just be able to clear this. Don't have to worry about the roach eggs. Grab that. Now I do have to do this right now if I don't want to take another hit from that Evil Eye. 66 for yellow key isn't too bad. And we're not going to come up here to clear these out until they are free. Alright, well we did hit a point at which roaches are cheaper. So 30 for a key there. We're still looking at 56. Yeah, the 44 on the eye is a lie. We can't actually do that. Oh, right. We're not... I mean, we could kill those roaches for cheaper just to get the Greckles. That is 50 health for 10 Greckles. It is an option. Greckles are really important in this hold, but I don't think they're that important. They're not going to matter for a while. Oh, right. Okay, and then there's the other key. So that one's going to be our cheapest key. If we don't want to spend, like, we can spend money, or we can go through an eye and a roach queen, or we can just go through an eye. Here, yeah, we're not doing that. Spider is cheaper with one more attack, though. Did we leave any attack behind? I don't think we did. We do need another key. That key's relatively expensive, so that's the cheap key. Right, there's health there. Yeah, not a whole lot else to do. Pretty simple first level. It will not remain this simple. Things will get much more complicated. Alright. There was attack there, I guess, but that's completely unreasonable at this stage. A brained mud baby. Well, it wouldn't be a brained mud baby, but even just a regular mud baby is beyond us, so yeah, no reason not to just do this. We would like that to be cheaper, but it's not happening. Okay, defeated spider. New personal best. Okay. That's a good sign. Grab those. Now, we did leave one attack behind. No, we left two attack behind. We left a yellow key behind. So we'll return for that later. Second level. Vincent descended into the second level. The mechanics of cleaning this dungeon were now becoming clear to him. He tightened his grip on his sword, wiped the sweat off his brow with one hand, tightened his grip on his sword again, and headed forward. Might as well get the stairs. Third level are in Quince North. Alright, taking on a Mud Mother. Two Mud Mothers, even. Yep, well, 22 defense, we've got 26 attack, so attack gems are going to matter quite a bit. Already at a ×2 multiplier, though. And we have this, if we want to go back here, so this allows us to skip this Wraithwing fight if we want to get back up here. Alright, 20 Greckles to avoid that. I'm not spending 20 Greckles to avoid 100 health. Alright, so we can spend a yellow key, there's only one, or we can go through here. Well, we might as well do that, there's no reason not to. Right, back in RPG 1, you only had the one Pressure Plate type, I believe. Alright, so if we fight this Roach Queen instead of spending the money, this seals this, which means that we have to fight the Eye. So, to get through here... Oh yeah, we can just open it ourselves. That. So to get through here, fight or spend 20 Greckles. If you spend the 20 Greckles, we get the attack immediately. Tunnel leads to a switch in Quince North. Sure. But that's going to lock off for attack. We are not doing that. So... two attack does make eyes cheaper. But I could also just fight the Eye to get that instead of spending 20 Greckles. I'm going to be err on the side of not spending money where possible. Well, okay, hold on. Let's make it save here. Get into good habits. Level 2. This is kind of our first decision. I guess we did technically make one earlier. Alright, so we could fight the Eye for that health, but there's no reason, or for the attack, there's no reason to do that yet. Okay, we got a map and 30 health for a trapdoor puzzle. Well, we've got some problems here. This bridge has to be dropped this way. That has to be dropped here. Not really any reason to keep that there. So... problem now is that we come through here. We can't get out. We have to come in this way. And there's not actually a path a path through here. So we already messed up somehow. So we have to come through this way. Which I guess what this is then saying is that we can just do diagonals like that. We can, however, do one more diagonal. There we go. And that gives us the extent of the level minus any secret rooms, I guess. I see a perfectly rectangular pit spanning multiple rooms. That doesn't just form naturally, so I wonder why it was built. Must have been a lot of effort to cart away all that rubble. Yes. Roach Queens need 3 attack gems. Evil Eye just needs 1. We had 1 available. Here is an attack gem that we just have to take 2 hits for. So that's a strong candidate. We can spend Greckles to fight these. And if we were fighting them from behind, I guess. Probably not going to do that. We're probably just going to grab the gem, honestly. Here, if I ever want that key, I have to spend the Greckles, right? That's what this is showing? It sure is. So, might as well just do that then. We could fight the eye for the Greckles, but I'm not going to be that concerned about it. Like, I'm not going to spend health for Greckles, but I'm also not going to spend Greckles where I can. I'm just generally being stingy all around. Okay, so here we have a couple more spiders, a couple of eyes for an attack, and we can skip the spiders if we choose to. Okay, here's another trapdoor puzzle-ish. Saying it's a puzzle is maybe being overly generous, but yeah, fight a bunch of eyes for some stuff. And again, fight a bunch of eyes for some stuff. Okay, how much for a Mud Baby? Mud Baby's cheaper at 3, so two more attack gems. Then we get 4. I think we kind of just want to do this right now. It will make all of the eyes cheaper. The only other thing is, because like there are no defense gems, so this is not going to get cheaper ever. So I think we just do that. So now if we look at this, Mud Baby would get 50 cheaper, but we can fight an eye here, which we just made cheaper. There we go. That doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, so we made the Mud Baby cheaper. We do make the Roach Queen significantly cheaper if we get 1 more, though. But I don't think there's anything else that's reasonable to get. That's behind a Roach Queen anyway. This... how much for cheaper eyes? 8. Yeah, I guess so. We probably do eyes next then. 2 eyes, probably the cheapest, because this is going to be more than 2 eye hit. 2 eye fights. I mean, not necessarily, but we're taking a bunch of hits. Okay. So now we have relatively cheap Roach Queens. We could make the Mud Baby even cheaper, though, if we did 2 more. And I guess the other side of it, we go through these spiders. I mean, we can make the spiders cheaper by doing all of this. So I think we do the eye rooms next, both of them. Well, actually, that's pretty cheap. Alright, so which of the eye rooms can we do the cheapest? This is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hits. If we're not fighting these eyes. This is going to be 2. No, 1. Oh, we have to fight this though. 3, 5, 7, 8, 10 hits. 8. We don't have to fight this one. 8 hits. Okay. Or we can just go through here. I mean, we're doing this one for sure. Oh, there's a 2, which is pretty cheap. Alright. Nothing here is getting cheap now for a long time. There are also 2 attack gems in the previous level, which would be +2 because they're only 1 multiplier. Okay, and that's not getting cheaper. Eyes are now free from behind. Might as well take advantage of that where we can. And go forward. Oh, there's someone here, and that person had stats. That's kind of funny, actually, seeing the... That was an NPC. Not an NPC. That was actually an enemy that was moving. Alright. Well, might as well. Wraithwings are also free now, which is good to know, so we can go back to the first level. So it kind of just makes sense, because we did so well with the stat clearing here. We're going to have to fight a roach. Well, it's not like it costs me anything other than time to make a save here. Time and I guess a kilobyte or 2 on my computer. I'm not sure how big a save is. Alright. Level 2, part 2. But I have spare kilobytes, so that's not a concern. Alright, I can take all this free stuff. I'm also not worried about... I don't remember if there's like a lucky blade or anything like that in this hold. I don't think there is. So I don't have to worry about saving enemies for doubling later. But that gives us access to all of this. Okay. So there's another attack gem up there. And another key. If we get 2 keys, we can go back to the first level and get 50 health for free. Okay, you're not going to be free because I can't get behind you. Now, if we want to go this way, Eye is going to be easier than the Roach Queen. We could also fight the spider, and then hit the orb to get back if we really want to. There's not really any reason to be up here because we still have to do this, and then 4 yellow keys and a boss. That is free from the other side, though. But unless it really matters here. Yeah, okay, I look at this and I immediately wish I was on the other side. Well, I mean, I do want the key, though. Yeah, if we're going through a Roach Queen, might as well go through... Oh, I'm considering reloading, so let's just commit to this. See, yeah, if we go around the other way, we get a couple of free eyes, but we have a few more Roach Queen fights in the meantime. And all of this is just for an attack gem anyway. I mean, this is also pretty nice. Yeah. Okay. So, with that in mind, also we could be playing Dreckles here, but again, I'm trying not to. So we're gonna go through this way. Just get this down here. So, yeah. Neither of those are going to be free, so we're probably just going to fight the eye anyway for that key. This is interesting. This is saying... Well... If you really want to fight this tar baby and have a green key to spare, you can get this stuff. Otherwise, this will lock that, so you're sacrificing this to get this stuff for free. But as I mentioned earlier, we kind of want every single attack gem, because I think the hold assumes that you've collected every single one. I could be wrong. If anybody knows what Chaco was thinking when he built this particular room, particular hold. But I feel like that's probably not a good idea. Start doing stuff like that. So at this point we're looking for yellow keys. And there's one. This isn't too bad, it's just 3 hits. We have 2 keys, so let's go back to the previous level. And I guess we could have used the teleport, but I chose not to. Alright, so if we look at this again, Spider and Roach Queen, you definitely want those to be cheaper. Still. So I guess we'll put this, whoops, well, put that off for now. This is free though, and it's a yellow key. Okay. We'll kill all those later. Spend 2 yellow keys to get 50 health, 3 Greckles, and 2 yellow keys back. Alright, I think that's all there is to do here at the moment. This is fighting an eye for 50 health. Yeah, fighting a roach for 50 health. We have 1,000. We can wait until those are free. Right. Also, while we're down here, we can do this now. Open the door. Alright, so we do need a 4th yellow key, though, before we can... before we can get in there. We'll probably be buying that health eventually. Okay, well that's 22 for a key. This is 22 for a key. This key comes with health. There is a key over here. If we choose to fight either 3 spiders or take 6, 6 evil eye hits, which is more than fighting 3 spiders. So I mean that's how we would do that. Okay, well that spider is not getting cheap, so we might as well just fight it. Yeah, we need 4 keys. 2 more attack does make you cheaper, or 2 more gems, so 4 more attack does make you cheaper. So we might as well go for attack that comes with keys where possible, which would be this one. Get our attack. Alright, that's 4 keys. But we still need 1 more attack gem. So first level was out of the question. Second level, it's just keys that are left. Got an attack gem here. An attack gem here. And these, since we kill eyes in 1 hit now, there's not really any reason to take a bunch of hits from these eyes, so we would just kill them all while we go through here. So this looks like 7 hits. Because we have the 2 double eye setups. Or we go over here, which looks relatively cheap. I mean, Tar Baby gets cheaper soon. Yeah, I think that's probably our cheapest bet. And we'll go down this way, because even though the eye's free from the other side, it's still cheaper than this one. Decision to make here. Well, kind of. But we're going with the assumption that no matter what we're trading for it, the attack gem is always better. Which, I guess, if you simplify the decision process like that, you know, because the other choice, right? I could do something like this. And so I would be getting 3 keys and 300 health instead of 2 attack. So is 2 attack worth 3 keys, 300 health? I mean, this is clearly way better, but I just happen to feel the way I do about how stats play out in this. So we're gonna do it that way. Because that's going to save us a lot more in the long run. For example, 3 roaches. And now that roaches are free, I guess we can do another cleanup. I'm just gonna buy that. Other thing to check before we start doing stuff. 24. Okay, yeah, you don't get cheap. Alright, so we're done. For now, then. I could also do this. Might as well grab some score. And yeah, mud babies also don't get cheaper. So actually, we save more money by doing it this way. We did defeat the Mud Mother, yes. that gives us access to level 3, but it also gives us Sector 2 white, wooden shield, and Sector I-1. And a return from Sector I-1, which is a hidden room. Okay. Level 2 post. That makes a certain degree of sense. Second level also only had one secret. Okay, one hidden room. While we're here, we might as well look at third level. 4. Okay. Right, so we have this. The interlude that we can do whenever we want. I happen to know, from what I recall, we will be fighting mud babies in there. So, cheaper mud babies is kind of a goal before we get into it. We can take 5 undefended, so 32? Oh no, it's still only 22. Oh right, we don't have the metal shield. This isn't mist, it's just Ormites. So 110 damage for 2 attack. There we've got a shield. None of those get cheaper anytime soon. Aha, a shield will make the rest of this job much easier. But how best to obtain it? I mean, that's not very much help. And we have a lot. So let's not even think about it. Great, this represents a long-term investment in getting hurt slightly less. Yeah, so the shields... There's no defense gems, but there are shields. So every shield that you get is a pretty big deal. And right away, we're now only looking at 60 damage for that attack gem. Right. Anything else I want to do before we go down? I mean, not really. Up here, looking quite a bit cheaper, but at what point do we actually want to consider this? It is a green key refund, so eventually it's 20 Greckles. How many Greckles are you worth? 30. Alright, so eventually it's just whatever health you cost to gain 10 Greckles and 2 yellow keys, 400 health. So once we have a spare green key, if you're under 400, this just becomes worth doing. But obviously, it can get even better. After descending to the 3rd level, Vincent idly wondered just how large this pie storage dungeon was. I haven't found a whole lot of pie just yet, but presumably it's down here somewhere. As his thoughts ambled over towards ideas of how rich Lord Rodrigan would need to be to have a dungeon exclusively for storing pie, he reached the bottom of the stairs, which signaled the start of a new level. Vincent took a deep breath and kept going. Alright, so we have our usual fast travel inventory, which we haven't had to use yet, but we do have another item at least, so getting to a point where we're going to start wanting to store a wooden shield in there, maybe. That's optimistic. I don't think there's another shield on this level. And the exit is just once north. Okay, well, we have High Fort Scouts. A lot of Mad Eyes. Yeah. I find it interesting that Chaco gave these NPCs stats, so you could fight them. But at the same time, I don't think we do. I think they just leave. Like, as we saw in that previous level, that character had... that NPC also had stats, but just left. Alright, Rock Golem. 68. Also, we're on ×3 multiplier now, by the way. So I don't think there is enough attack on the previous levels to get us above what we need for this. So we will have to engage with this level. But with 2 more attack, Roach Queens are free. And that's partially because we got a whole bunch of resources from the post game, or post level. So I think that pretty clearly sets things up. We just want to find 2 more attack before we continue. We might as well just scout around a little bit, see if there's any more free Freckles, do some cleaning. Yeah, we can't ever go in there, so actually I can just right-click that. Remove that from the map so that I don't think about it, because we are not spending a portable orb for 10 Greckles plus, well, 16 Greckles. That's the best case scenario. So here, this is starting to look reasonable. But obviously, Roach Queen is free with 1 more attack gem on another level. And probably we want to wait until spiders are free, at which point all of this is dead, and then we just kill the brain. We kill the brain. Mud Baby is only going to be... I mean, I could do the math, but it's hitting for 40 twice, so that would be 80 damage. Except that if spiders are free, it's probably going to be at its next point. So yeah, if we can get spiders to be free, then this is going to be 40 damage from a single Mud Baby for this. So yeah, that gets way cheaper as we go. Yeah, okay, that's all we can really do here. Second level. We are looking for 1 more attack gem, because that makes access to the 3rd level way cheaper. Alright, well we have the shield now, so I think we probably just do this. Was there any other? Okay, so we grabbed that one. Those are just keys. We could take 5 Evil Eye hits just to grab that as well, which is worth considering. But, I mean, this is only 7 Evil Eye hits, and this is completely optional and free once we get access from that. So I think this is the one that makes the most sense to do. Might as well fight them because... Oh, and you're actually free if we do that too. Okay, I miscalculated. Alright, and now Roach Queens are free. Also, there was a health potion here this whole time. Darn it, I could have had 1 more score. Roach Queens are free. Okay. And since Roach Queens are free, that's fine. All these hallways and vantage points. This place looks just like a fort. And there was that scout-looking guy earlier. What's going on down here? High business. High business is going on down here. Okay, so we have 2 eyes. 12 attack isn't doable, though... I mean, if we had... No, 12 attack wouldn't be a free Mud Baby. It would be a half-off Mud Baby. But yeah, so we obviously do that route, because we got a backtracking there, and this is probably a good spot to save before we go on to level 3. Since I already... Oops. Since I already talked through the process of solving this room, I might as well just do it now. Okay, autosave created. And let's also just do a hard save. We'll restart. Alright, and that's where we will pick up from in the next episode. I will see you then.